We just need to understand that the right person won't feel confusing.
They want access to you, but they don't want the accountability that comes along with it.
It's a new door you got to open. You don't know what's on the other side of that door.
We know that walking away is hard.
If you're stuck, get out.
My girlfriend, that through thick and thin. My girlfriend, that for anything. We keep.
Hey, girlfriends.
Welcome back to Girlfriends Unscripted, where we talk about all the things that you think in your head and you never say out loud. We say them out loud here. Situationships don't happen because we don't know better. They happen because we hope for better.
Today we're unpacking how fear and potential keeps us stuck and how raising our standards changes everything.
So let's start with the truth. Situationships feel good until they don't. I mean, is there really much more to say about that? I think we've all been in a situationship where
Definitely.
it felt good when you were starting off, no commitment. You didn't have anybody calling or making sure that you call them or check in and everything. And so it felt good. It was like a honeymoon stage.
Yeah, honestly, and sometimes people enjoy just that part. I feel like a certain part in my life, I did just enjoy situationships. Situationships were fun. There really was no commitment. You didn't have to worry about nothing but the good times.
Yeah, they give you the connection without the commitment. And I think that sometimes that feels good.
Sometimes it does.
Just to have a connection with somebody, but you are not committed to them. And they make you feel good. But then there's no security. They give you the affection, but you don't have any security that you're the only one getting that affection.
I think after a certain age is kind of where I realized that I wanted more than just the situationships. Because I can honestly say, like, situationships feel good. But at a point in my relationship where things were getting a little rocky, I toned into him like, we can go back to a situationship, basically, in all words.
But don't you think that, like, being in a situationship is pretending that you don't want more? Because as women, like, we're natural beings. We want more. We want to be in something that's committed, but we settle for a situationship because it's there or because it's convenient. So it's not that we don't want more. It's that we pretend that we don't want more.
That's the truth. But honestly, at one point, it did feel good to me. It felt like that's what I wanted. But as I got older, I realized I wanted more of an everyday, more of a friend, more of a partner versus wanting just to see you when I see you. Have fun when we have fun, you know?
Yeah, I think I am like a lover girl. Like, when I'm with my person, I want that to just be my person.
Yeah.
I want to call them all the time. I want to talk to them all the time. I want to text them all the time. So that's why I feel like situationships don't work for me, because I don't know how to be like, I feel like that's a gray area. And I don't know how to be in the gray area.
Not give your all, just give a little
like,
bit.
I can't give my little bit. And if you're in a situationship, they're not going to really give their all because they know what it is.
I think I had situationships where I was like still like going crazy, but I have evolved from that. Let's say that I don't want just a situationship.
Yeah.
I do want the connection and the affection, the security of knowing like this is my person. This is not anybody else's person. This is just for me, and I do enjoy that now.
Yeah, and I think that also a part of being in a situationship. Sometimes when I was I can't think back or recall like when I was actually in a situationship, because of the simple fact that I'm a lover girl. Like, after 2 weeks, I'm like, hey, let's be together.
What we doing? Is we getting married? What's happening?
Yeah, and I don't like the feeling of confusion. And I think that when you're in a situationship, sometimes there is confusion.
A lot of confusion, because you don't know where to step, where not to step,
what to do. Should I call them? Should I check in? Like, should I make sure? Like, what should I do?
Because, hey, baby, I miss you.
Yeah.
Can we do that? Yeah.
And I'm like that kind of person, like, thinking about you.
Yeah.
Hope your day's
I
good.
have evolved into that person. Not that deep, because I'm really not mushy like that. But I have evolved into wanting to be like, yeah, what are you doing? Can I text you all day? Yeah, like that's where I am in this age.
So, like, what would you say, like, for somebody that is stuck in a situationship that really doesn't want to be in a situationship? how to really like tell if you're in a situationship or if you're really with somebody or if they're really down for you or if they really want to be with you. Like,
Well,
you talk
if
every
you-
day, but they haven't asked you to be with them or there's really no title.
If you're stuck, get
I'm
no, but for
screaming.
real, like it's no ending there. And then when you start getting like emotionally involved with that person in that situation, they start looking at you like, "What you doing?
Yeah.
What you doing? We just
just
this.
chilling.
We just that. Yeah.
This is like a whole story, and this is a side note, but this is like a whole story. Somebody that I'm really close with, they were dating somebody, and they have been dating them for a long time, right? Practically, they were in love, like together all the time, and they had whatever they had, and they ended up taking a break from each other, and then turned around, spin the block. This person is now back around, but now it's a situationship.
No.
But I don't think that you could go from being fully engulfed with the person in a relationship to now in a situationship. And so it was always like a feeling of, what are we doing? Are we together? Are we not
that's
together?
hard.
Like, and it's so hard to have those feelings.
Yeah.
And I remember one day she asked him, what are we doing? And he gonna say, just chilling, hanging out. Like,
No.
stop hold the press. Like, what are you talking about? We just chilling, hanging out. Like, we're not just chilling, hanging out. And especially going from being in a committed relationship with you, and now we just chilling, hanging out. But sometimes they say we just chilling, hanging out because they still want to do what they want to do.
Yeah. I feel like my past experience with situationships have like literally led me to where I am now for not wanting a situationship, because I literally dealt with somebody for, I want to say, 3-4 years in a situationship. And, you know, I think we both had strong feelings for each other, but it just was not going to be able to go nowhere. And I feel like later on down the line, this person realized like what we could have had or what, and had reached out and was like trying to be like, okay, let's try something different. And it just like, after all the things that we went through in that situationship, I wouldn't even double back. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even double back to even trying to go to a different level with that person, you know?
Yeah, I think that situationships happen or like work best for people who they want access to you, but they don't want the accountability that comes along with it. And I remember when I was in college, I was in love, and I was so in love with this person, and like it was me and him or whatever. And so we started off, we were together, and they wanted to take a break, and I was so engulfed in them, and I'm like, okay, like if you want to take a break, but I'm still going to be here and whatever. So when they came back, I'm thinking we're back together.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like everything's good and this and that. And one day I had went to their house, and I'm like, where you at? They were at somebody else's house. And I'm like, what? They're like, we not together. We never made it official. We never like had a title. And I was like, mind boggled. My heart was broken. But sometimes the issue is not them. It's us.
The confusion
and it's the
we have,
confusion that we have. We haven't even set expectations. And we feel like if we do set the expectations, then maybe they'll leave. So we don't say much. We just let them do what they're going to do, because maybe it's a fear that we don't want to lose them, or maybe it's a fear that we don't want to argue with them or something like that. But I feel like being in a situationship can cause turmoil for you. You know, like in yourself, because you're not saying or speaking on what you want to say or what you want to do.
Yeah. We got to understand like that mixed signals are actually very clear. Like if it's confusion, it ain't it.
I think that's true, because we say, well, I don't know. Well, I think they like me, but I'm not sure. I literally got mixed signals from this. I was talking to, you know, there was a couple of situationships. Now that I get to thinking about it,
I've been in plenty.
I couldn't think about any before, but okay, now that my brain is going, I wouldn't even call it a situationship. I would call it like I was talking to somebody, and we were talking, and they didn't know what they wanted, and they were very clear that they didn't know what they wanted, but I was clear that I knew what I wanted, and I wanted a relationship with them. So I wanted them to take the time that they needed to figure out if they wanted to be with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just, if you don't know what you want, I would accept what I accepted. I would take what I could get, really, honestly. And then, like, looking back, if you a mixed signal is an answer.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know if you hot and cold, you might as well be cold, baby. Go back to the refrigerator. Like,
I feel like
get up out my face.
I've always been afraid to put myself out there for those reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for someone to be like, oh, yeah, no. So I've always been safe with, like, what we doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it look like it, if it look like it, it feel like it must be that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to ask that question. I think.
And I think that's the fear that we're talking about. Like, we're afraid to make them feel away.
Yeah.
But why do we have to be afraid to make them feel away when they should literally just, like, give us clarity or make us feel clear about what's happening?
If that person wants you, I feel like they would make it clear.
Yeah.
And I struggle with that a lot. Like, if you want to be with me, you will make it plain and clear for me. That's what I think. If you're not making it plain and clear, then I'm not gonna act like I want to be with you either. Then we just ain't gonna want to be with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Or what we doing? But at that point, I think it should be something that's cut off and not continued. Instead of, like, if we can't make it plain and clear to each other, then we need to cut it off.
Yeah, and I think, like, instead we'll be like, oh, I'm confused.
Yeah, or we'll just backtrack, or we'll just be a situationship just because I don't want to let that go, because I'm scared to let that go, or I'm scared to feel the emptiness or the void of not having you here, instead of being like, no, this is plain and clear. This is what I want. And if we can't do that, then what do we do?
Yeah, but what about if you've already been in a situationship and you've accepted so much, and now you have these standards, or you're raising your standards, and now you expect them to treat you differently because, I don't know, maybe you had a coming to Jesus moment. I don't really know.
Or coming to a woman moment.
Or coming like, okay, I was 19 when we started this situationship, or whatever. Like, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be like an age thing. Like, if you decide this no longer serves me, and if we're going to be together, I need more from you. Like, how do you go from having no standards and being okay with a situationship to now I have these standards and this is what I require. I require more of you.
I feel like if you communicate that with the person, with your person, and if the relationship is supposed to continue, or if you guys can continue, then they will adjust. They should adjust. They should be willing to adjust to be with you, as well as you willing to adjust to the things that they need for you to be with them.
Yeah, like, it can't be. So, I don't know. Like, I think we get stuck in a situationship because it becomes our normal, or it becomes something that we're used to, and it becomes something that is our daily practice. And we're all creatures. Well, I'm a creature of habit. So once I start something, then that's what, like, I continue to do. So I feel like sometimes when you get caught up in that, it is a hard place to get from. And then I feel like even if you do set the standards, if they give you a little pushback, then you're like, oh, I don't want to upset them, or, oh, I don't want them to feel a way about me. So I think that a lot of people in situationships feel like they're happy where they are, or are they actually happy?
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes we have to self-check ourselves and be like, am I shrinking, or am I belittling myself to be with somebody else? And I feel like I have come to that realization of that, recently, to be like, okay, no, I'm not going to be quiet about how I feel about a situation anymore. Like, I want to voice that you hurt me when you did this, or this bothered me when you did this, because prior to that, I felt like I was quiet.
Yeah.
I do bottle my emotions now. So it's like, I was like, all right, that happened. Put a check on that. All right, that happened. Put a check on that. All until I, boiled over. But I want to be like, not shrink myself, not to just be what they want me to be, or be quiet just to keep peace, or be quiet just to be with this person.
Yeah, I feel like that's also, like, something I struggle with, is really expressing myself in a relationship, and really just being clear, like even
Yeah.
if it's not even a relationship yet, just being clear about my expectations and what I want. And I think a lot of times that's why I've ended up in spaces too long
Mm-hmm.
and ended up giving myself to people for too long
Mhm.
because I don't even think that it's that I didn't want to be alone. I think that I had gotten comfortable
yeah.
in it. And then sometimes you feel like, well, if I leave them, then I'm not going to be able to do this. Or if I'm not with them, who's going to help me do this part of this? And like I spent, I would say like a whole year
Mhm.
going back and forth in my own mind
Letting somebody go.
about letting somebody go. And it always takes that
Oh yeah.
time
I
for
think
me.
for a woman, it takes us to emotionally leave.
Mm-hmm.
And that can go on for years, not just a year.
Yeah.
That can go on for a very long time too. Once you emotionally disconnect, then you know for sure that everything else will follow.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's not about, sometimes I don't think it's about being afraid of being lonely. I think it's more so like you said, a creature of habits.
Mm-hmm.
This is my norm. This is my everyday. And just being not afraid, but maybe to step out to the next adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a new door you gotta open. You don't know what's on the other side of that door, So I think that sometimes that's scary.
It's so scary because it's like a cesspool out there. Like it's a cesspool out there.
Like when they say like is the grass greener on the other side? We don't know.
Don't know if it's green. Don't know if it's brown.
Don't know if the sun is shining, making it look a certain way.
I don't know.
So it's like, do I even want to go step on that grass to see? You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to play that game. So let me just be comfortable where I'm at.
Yeah. I think like right now where I'm at, I've probably been single for a little over 3 years. It's more about my standards up front. Like I'm very clear about my standards up front because I want you to know up front, like, hey, yo,
I'm not switching up on you. This is just what it is.
This is what it is.
This is what I expect from the gate. And if you can't give me that from the gate, don't even walk through my door.
Don't even come over here. And sometimes we know. And like we don't. It's not that we don't know better. We just actually hope that they will be better. But we know from the start, like automatically red flag for me. If you texting me what you doing every single day and ain't never doing nothing, please get off my phone respectfully.
They want to text you what you doing, but ain't trying to plan nothing.
Take you nowhere.
Don't worry about what I'm doing.
And then most of the times when they text you what you doing, it's about 8 something at night, 9 something at night. Let's chill. Let's link. Like I am not about to link with you.
You think I'm gonna get out my bed to come over there
and link?
No, it's not even worth it. You gotta whoa me now.
And that's about boundaries, though. That's when boundaries come in. Like, come on now, you already know.
Back in my day, like in my younger days, you could text me at 8, and I would get up out my bed, and we would go.
I'm not getting up out my bed.
You don't even know what type of day I had, sir. I don't feel like moving. I'm not getting up. I'm not moving. You're not coming over. I'm not going over there. No, it's all about the whoa for me now. Like, you gotta like. Show me something different. I'm not finna just hop out there and just come chill with you because you want to know what I'm doing all day now.
Yeah, like I'm not about to do that. And so I think like also in my older age, like I found out that it's okay to give your expectation. It's not, you shouldn't feel bad for giving your expectations. Oh no, I want you to open my door. Like I remember that I went on a date with somebody and they didn't open my door for me. And I was like, what? And so the next time when we got to the car, I was like, you need to open my door for me.
Yeah. I had a debate with somebody about sometimes you really have to show a man what you expect.
I told you that.
No, this was before we had this conversation.
Did you listen to me?
I don't know.
Probably not.
I don't even remember the conversation between me and you. But it was a coworker, and I was like, they're like, no, a person should already know how to treat a woman. But people been in different type of relationships. People have been in relationships where the woman don't expect nothing. The woman don't got standards. The woman, you could lay up with her and have a party, chill, do what y'all do, get drunk and whatever, and that's okay for her. But then you have certain women who want, not women, sorry, certain women who want their door open, who want, you know, who want romantic dates, who want their feet rubbed, their back rubbed. And them coming in, they thinking they coming in as if the
Thinking
other.
everything sweet. Everything not sweet.
Yeah,
Okay?
so I feel like it's like learning my love language. Every woman's love language is not the same. Hers could be laying up, and mine could be nice dates on the 77th floor, looking down at the city. You know what I'm saying? That could be my love language. Not that the money. It's like I like the view. I like the quality time. I like to see different things I haven't seen. I like to experience things together. You know, so it's like. I feel like standards should not scare the right people.
No, standards should not scare the right people. But I also think, like, going back off of what you said about how there's like different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
Ain't that what they say? So basically what works for her may not work for me. And I think it's very important to really, 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 and I say this and I want y'all to really think about it, that loneliness will sometimes make you negotiate your worth. Like, you know what you stand for, you know your standards, but sometimes just being lonely will, you know, oh, they do this, but I'm going to just settle for it. And I don't think that as women, as people, as human beings, like, we should never have to negotiate what we expect. We should never have to negotiate our worth. And sometimes just being comfortable or being alone for so long or just wanting to have somebody there with you, you begin to negotiate your worth or negotiate what you feel like you deserve or negotiate what you think that they will do for you. But just like you said, it depends on what expectation you put out there. The right person is going to meet that expectation. The right person for you is not going to make you shrink to fit into whatever their program is. Like, they're going to reach that expectation. And so we can't settle for attention instead of intention. And everything that somebody does for me, I want it to be intentional. I want you to be intentional about me. I want you to show me that intent.
Yeah. I feel like, you got to want consistency, effort, and clarity. And that's not asking for too much. Like, you should want to do these things for me without me having to tell you. And that's it.
And I shouldn't have to over-explain my needs. Like, am I over-explaining what I need from you without you even honoring what I'm asking?
Like, are you hearing me?
Or
and
the wrong person is not going to hear you. Because they don't care about what you're saying. So the wrong person is not going to hear you because they're in their mind, like, you're in a situationship, like, you're not somebody I fully committed to. But somebody that wants to commit to you will. That saying they say, if they want to, they will. Yeah. It's not that deep. Like, if they want to,
they will. Because they will be afraid to lose you. Yeah. So, I want somebody to be afraid to lose me. If you're not afraid to lose me, then what are we doing?
What's really happening right now? Yeah. But I do think sometimes pride could get in the way of, like, oh, she asking too much or whatever. But
pride for that though?
But sometimes if you start to, and I'm not saying this right, but I'm saying if you start to have these standards, you have to know and be in the mind frame that maybe these standards are too high for them.
That person.
Yeah, exactly. That specific person.
Like, your standards they're not
too high.
No.
And you know what?
That's today, like knowing your worth.
Was it yesterday? Or one of these days, one of these old mornings, I was at the eye doctor's. And I almost had to slap him and then call the police because he sat there. He sat there and he was like, and I haven't been to the eye doctors in maybe like 2 years because of everything that's just been going on in life, being really doing his thing. So he's like, "Are you still single?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh my gosh, what's wrong? What are you doing wrong?" And I said, "What?" I really almost got the police on him. I was going to get him arrested.
You going to jail, sir?
You going to jail, sir, because what is your problem? I said, "What?" And he was like, "Well, why don't you have a man?" First of all, sir, why are you minding my business? You need to mind my eye business, not mind my business. I started to get mad because what are you talking about? Like, and some people think like a man define me. Don't no man define me.
No.
Okay, what? I'm perfectly happy being single. And this is not me being bitter. But anyways, like, I was like highly offended. And then I had to tell him, he said, "You need to go find you a man." And I said, "I'm not about to go find nothing. And I'm not about to go find nobody. And the right person that's for me is going to find me. And they're going to be for me." And then he probably like read the room because he was just like, You're so right. That's the best answer I've heard in a long time.
Or maybe he haven't heard nobody say that, because different cultures and different people, that a man defines them.
That man, boy, I'm
Without a
telling
man, some cultures are like, why don't you have a man?
that he was utterly appalled.
Yeah.
He was just like, you're still single? I almost gut punched him, but I'm not violent. I'm very nice, very kind. But anyways, I have to like,
yeah.
sure. A man is not, I'm not about to just go out here and find me no random man and settle for anybody, and that's what society can make you feel like you need to do.
I feel like a lot of women hop from man to next man because they're not healed. I feel like once you heal, you change what you tolerate.
You change what you tolerate.
You're not going to go back into that same man. Like, before you heal, you keep hopping from man to man, you only keep attracting that same type of man. Once you heal and know what you want, know what you need, there's no way that same man is coming into your circle.
Yeah, it's only the unhealed.
Yeah, he won't have access. 'Cause I feel like they get comfortable with the chaos and,
There's all of that. And another thing that he said, back on that. And another thing, no, he said that I needed to lower my standards. And I was like, no, I don't need to lower my standards. And I said, and standards won't scare the right people. Standards really just get rid of the unprepared ones, the ones that are not willing to meet the need of my standard. Yeah. Only the unprepared ones are going to get scared. And I said, I don't even my standards are not like freaking Eiffel Tower tall.
Yeah.
But you not about to come at me like with any old Tom, Dick, and Harry looking crazy. Like, no. And I think that wanting consistency, effort, and really like somebody that's honest and somebody that really cares about your well-being, somebody that really wants it to be your world. They just in it. They want you happy. They care about you. You know what? Your well-being is their prime concern. Like somebody that thinks about you in that way, that is not too much to handle. And I think that right now in this generation, they are far and few in between. And I'm talking about far. And I'm not talking about I'm not talking about how long did he run on that show, what was it, Forrest Gump, when he kept running? I'm not even talking about like that close of amount. It's far.
Yeah.
They are far and few in between because they're so used to them hot girls and the girls that don't have standards and the girls that will settle for anything and do anything for anything.
I always say, like, the men are the way they are now is because women have been tolerating entirely too much. What you won't take, the next one will. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, she don't like it like that? Well,
I literally dated a guy who said, I think we should just be friends because I know what you expect. I know your expectations, and I just can't give you that. And I appreciated the honesty.
Yes, because a lot of men will not do that. They will toil with you, whatever you call it, and keep doing it until you ain't sane no more.
But wait a minute. And then after they create this crazy person,
they want to know what's wrong
with you.
Yeah.
What's wrong with me? No, like they create this chaos.
You want me out here going crazy, busting your windows, stalking you. That's what they take you to that place and then be like, you're crazy.
What's wrong with you?
Like, was I crazy when you met me?
Crazy.
No.
All of this crazy right here, I got it from you. Okay, everything right here. And I think that the right person will not make you feel like that.
But I
the
feel
right
like
person won't make you feel
once
anxious.
you stop the chaos, and choose peace, it feels so much more exciting. Like
you just have to like really take the time and decide, is this worth my time? Is this something that I want? Is this really something that is serving me? And when you get out of that phase, like I want everything except for chaos. I want all the good. I don't want nothing. And I'm not saying, let me be clear, I'm not saying that relationships are perfect. I understand like this is not Cinderella. And even in Cinderella and all of that, they all had issues on all them Disney Channel, on them Disney movies.
In their
own perfect world, they still had these issues, right? So I'm not saying that everything will be perfect, but I'm saying that when two people come together and they are working together towards a common goal, it should never make you feel anxious. It should never make you feel lost. It should never make you feel confused. And so if you find yourself in a situationship that you can't get out of, you need to really start to self-reflect. Like, why am I settling? Why am I here? And sometimes we know.
I feel
we
like
know.
we just need to understand that the right person won't feel confusing.
Mm-hmm.
It will just fit. I remember Bible study where pastor said something like that his the co-pastor was his peace.
Yeah.
Like his missing piece. It just fit perfect.
And that's like peace, like my piece, and
Mhm.
peace, like the puzzle piece,
Yeah.
like both of those.
Like once you get that person, it's just going to align the way it was. You won't feel all of these mixed emotions. You won't feel all this confusion because your puzzle, like just trying to get that puzzle piece to fit. If it don't fit, it don't fit.
What OJ said?
if the glove, if it don't fit,
It
you
must
must
have
have quit.
What if it don't fit? We
Like
cannot
you
force
gotta let it go. So
and
I love that. I literally ever since then I heard that I just been thinking like I just want it to flow naturally. If it can flow naturally, then I know it's for me. If we're forcing it, if we're trying too hard, if it's just not gonna work for me. And ever since I heard that, I just been like, okay, I need my puzzle piece. I literally have the puzzle piece like tattooed on my leg. I want that piece to finally be like
connected,
locked
in.
Yeah, that was just like the perfect thing I ever heard in my life.
And I think like honestly, if we just really being real, because this is Girlfriend Unscripted, and this is a show about keeping it real.
Yeah.
We know that walking away is hard, especially, I don't know how long a situationship could be. It could be years. Like you said, George was 4 years. But I think walking away is hard. But the peace that you get when you walk away, I remember I was in a relationship for quite some time. And it wasn't a situationship. I was actually in a full-blown relationship. But it just, it wasn't serving me.
Yeah.
And it was no longer where I needed to be. And I knew that. But I stayed stuck because it felt comfortable. It felt like, okay, we have a routine. This is something that we do. And one day I don't know what happened. Something in my mind was just like, today's the day. And I'm done. And I'm telling you that the day that I left, I felt so much peace and so much release.
You know what? I feel like we hold a lot on our chest. So the release, like you walking out the door was like the release of everything you've been contemplating, everything you've been feeling. So you're like, all right, today's the day. And once you released all of that, you like, even when I'm sitting here arguing with somebody in my head, like, oh, this finna play out like this. This is what I'm finna say. This is how this is finna work. Once I let that go, I'm like, even if I'm wrong for some of the stuff I said, even if I probably didn't hit every cue, like I got all of that off my chest and I was like, yes.
It felt
I
good.
can breathe. Yeah.
And you know what? Sometimes like we'll be like, oh, I need closure from so-and-so.
No.
You do not need closure from somebody who never fully showed up from you anyway, because you'll never get that closure because they were never really for you
literally had this conversation with one of my friends. She was telling me how, you know, she wanted to talk about this and talk about that with them. And I'm like, girl, when you're done, there's nothing to talk about.
Ain't nothing to talk about.
Like, you cannot say one word to me. It wouldn't even cross you. Like, I don't have nothing to say to you. Why are you even talking to me? Like, when you get to that point of, like, we're done, there's no need for conversation. There's no need to try to figure out, why did you hurt me? Why did you do this? You did what you did. And that's just...
But I used to be that girl. Like, I really, I want to talk to them and I want to see.
But that's when you're not done, though. That's when you're holding on to a piece. Like, you're hoping
I don't know. I don't feel like I was holding on to anything. I feel like...
that you want them to say something to make you feel better.
Oh.
Yeah. You're holding on to
hope. I thought you meant like I was holding on to them.
You're holding on to hope for them to say something, just anything. Holding on to something. You wanted something good to come from that bad. And when you're done, I feel like I don't care. Now, I personally mean
that is your personality though. Like, once you're done, you be done.
Yeah.
I think my personality, I don't, and again, we talked about this already in previous episodes. Like, I don't like when people feel a negative connotation towards me.
Yeah.
And so I think like sometimes I be really trying to like, all right, so we're done. So this is...
There's nothing. But no, I feel like I am the type to be like, you know, when I'm done, it's just a check mark, and I can never cross that road.
No, I would never cross the road again. Like, once I'm done, I'm done. Like, when my mind is made up, my mind is made up. This is a strong mind. But I do be feeling like, if I was done wrong, okay, like, for example, there was this one time I was cheated on. I mean, it wasn't one time. I got cheated on a couple times. People are crazy. But anyway, that's another story for another day, y'all. But I was cheated on, right? And the way that it happened, it was, like, pretty messy because I had called their phone and then the other girl had answered the phone. And so I was like, I don't know, like, I was devastated. And a couple of days went past and there was nothing. They said nothing. They didn't, like, apologize. They didn't, like, nothing. And I was just, like, sitting there with all of that hurt, and I wanted them to explain. Like, you need to explain what just happened. And I'm not saying that I'm finna be with you because I don't even trust you no more. But I feel like you need to explain. You need to say
something. Like, opening that, I mean, when they do that, it opens something for me. Like, okay, you know, they're going to come back and they're going to be like, I'm so sorry. You know, I messed up. And I should have never treated you that way. And, you know, and then how are you feeling now? How are you feeling now that they're saying that to you?
Okay, but look, okay, is you a therapist or something? Like, what? Because, girl, no, so for real though, when it happened, because it didn't happen right away. After it happened, like, I was so mad. I think I didn't block them because I wanted to see if they was going to reach out. Like, I'm not a blocker. I want to see if you're going to apologize for your shameful activities that you did. And so I did not block them, right? So then it was like a couple months later, I had randomly got an apology, and it was just like, you know, I'm sorry for the way it went down. And it still was, it was like a halfway apology. It was not even like a real apology.
They're never sorry for that.
And I don't even give you, probably wasn't even sorry, but it was like a halfway apology, and it was just like, I'm sorry for the way things went down. I should have been honest, and this, and that. But still, it left me feeling like the way things went down, like we were together for this amount of period of time, and this, all you have to tell me is you sorry for the way it went down. Fast forward, like maybe a year or two had passed, and then they called me on the phone, and they were so apologetic, and they were just like, I didn't realize the woman I had. When I was with you, I didn't even have the capacity to handle you. Yeah. Like, you were too much woman for me. And instead of being honest with you about that, I cheated.
That makes me mad though.
But it made me feel closure because I knew it wasn't me. Yeah. Baby, I was.
I personally don't need them to tell me that it wasn't me, because I know what type of woman I am.
It feels good though.
No, I don't want you to make me feel good after you made me feel bad. So
talk about some work done here.
Yeah, I have an ex that did the same exact thing to me. Like, literally told me he came back with the smoothest, stupidest line he could. Oh, you were the R&B album in my rap collection. Like,
excuse me, sir.
Excuse me? Like,
stop playing a game. You're playing a game with me right now.
You would never be able to get across that bridge again. It's burnt. It's
no, they could never get across the bridge.
Even the emotion that I felt for you, like, you could have did that to me when we were together. You could have noticed me when we were together like that. But when you burn that bridge and you think that you're gonna cross back over with a stupid, corny line, like you're the R&B collection to my rap
that was actually corny. So I feel like that was actually corny. Okay, like, he did too much right there.
Like, you're a good woman. I know that. I knew that then, and I know that now. I don't need you to tell me that. Thank you.
I think it feels
I don't need the praise from a loser.
No. Yeah.
I'm just saying. You lost me. You're a loser. So why do I need the praise from you?
I think, okay, so like for
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Talking about something, you are a loser.
Yeah.
Big L, capital L. Like,
and to you. Because
I honestly, I get what you're saying, but I think it feels good. But you can't depend on it now, ladies. Now
they're not gonna give it every time.
I'm not saying depend on it, because you will never get it. You won't get it all the time. But let me tell you something. What did I was dating this person. It was very serious. We almost, thought about being married, and the way it ended was just very abruptly. And for a period of time, I felt like, what did I do wrong? And as women, sometimes we feel like, what did I do wrong?
I want you to get out of that.
You know what? We talked about soft girl.
You know that you're a good woman.
No, I know.
So you
but
don't
it's
need
something.
the L to tell you you're a good
I
woman.
don't need it. It don't. I just not.
Yeah.
It didn't stop me from being
I
the
know.
good woman that I am. It didn't
Yeah.
stop me from being any of that, right? But and it didn't come right away because I already knew that I'm a good woman. I already know that I'm a good woman. Period. Like I don't need nobody to tell me that. Like I know that I'm good when I'm with somebody. I'm a good person to them. But 9 years later, when it finally came, like you were a good woman.
Yeah, of course I was.
Of course I was. I know that. But it still feels good to hear that you gonna miss out on this good woman for the rest of your life, buddy.
I like for you to know that and not even know that I know that.
No, I like to know it. Tell me.
No.
Tell me. Because I already know that I'm a good woman. But when I know that you know, then I know that you know the magnitude of what you lost. You've lost, you know, the velocity of what you've lost.
So
From me. That's what I know. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think that did. It didn't make me feel like, oh, I'm so happy. No. But
feel
it was
like
like, yeah, finally.
with each failed relationship, we realized that we need to raise our standards. Like, I let you do me like this, that's done.
That's
I
all.
let you do me like this, that's done.
it.
And now
And
I'm
you
here.
can't keep like
And you-
repeating the cycle.
Yeah, you lose. You don't lose people when you raise your standards.
You lose access to what was draining you. Like once you raise your standards, you will never let the same type of person. Soon as you see that's a red flag. You got to go, buddy. Like soon as you see somebody that remotely resembles this person, oh no.
I mean, it's a zodiac sign that I will not ever deal with in my life.
Wait a minute.
I'm dark.
What?
Every single Virgo.
All of y'all.
Yeah, you don't even look this way.
You
So sorry.
you can't pass judgment.
No, it's every Virgo. It can't
She
be
don't
really.
mean that
I
to
mean
you
that.
all.
I'm so sorry to you, Virgo men. It will never happen. Oh, plus I'm in a relationship, so it will never happen.
my God.
I love my Leo man. There you go. But yeah. Okay.
Well, I don't know, but I just think that once you have these standards, once you set the standards, and ladies, and whoever watching this, I mean, gentlemen too, y'all could be in situationships too. But once you discover what you deserve, and once you discover what you actually desire, then start putting the stop sign up when they don't align with that.
For me, ladies, raise your standards and don't feel guilty about it. And that's it.
That's all for this episode. Walk in dignity and walk in knowing that you are not asking for too much. And if they can't reach where you need them to be, it's time to, what Martin said, get to stepping. See you on episode 4.
See y'all next time.
Keep it true, even when I don't agree with everything you do. Every moment lifted high, you know, just two queens talking live. I know that I can call on you.